A very, a very good evening, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Purav, and I'm the founder of Career Ownership Hub. I am on a mission to empower mid-career professionals take their career decisions with clarity and confidence. In this video, I'm going to share a very common challenge that many mid-career professionals face: a difficult boss. And in this video, I'm going to share a couple of things that you must not do when you have a difficult boss. And let me tell you, all these things that I'll be sharing are extremely important to avoid a damage to your career. So listen to this carefully. You can start taking notes. But before you start taking notes, if you are watching this channel, if you like what I share, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to put comments to this particular video. Okay, so give me just a moment. I have taken some notes for my own self because I want to make sure that I share the most important things which are important for you and I do not miss anything important. So just one moment. Yes, I am back again. The first thing that people end up doing when you have a difficult boss or a bad boss is you keep gossiping. You gossip with your colleagues, you gossip with a lot of people, you gossip with your spouse in the family, also you keep gossiping. First step, stop gossiping about your bad boss. You know why? Because this increases the negativity in your own mind. You are not able to forget it. Second, you never know where the messages flow. If you gossip, is somebody telling these things to your boss? Is this reaching to your manager? It might not. But what if it does? This spoils your image further, not only in front of your manager, but also amongst the people with whom you are gossiping. So, as a first step to avoid is please do not gossip in case your boss is a difficult boss, in case your boss is not good. The second thing that you must avoid is stop reacting to the situation. Stop getting angry. Stop getting frustrated because this also spoils the long-term relationships of future. Remember one thing, your boss is not going to be with you forever. But this habit of reacting, this habit of getting frustrated, and this habit of venting out on someone else is ultimately impacting you and damaging your habits. Of late, this becomes a normal behavior for you. You get frustrated, you get angry, and this also has an impact on your family. So stop reacting. You have to think long term. Keep your emotions away from your profession. Don't combine emotions and professions. The next thing that you have to do is if your boss is bad, what people do is they ignore him, they avoid talking, they avoid meeting. Don't do this because this also results in you losing opportunities. This also results in you creating evidence for your boss. If he or she is really not good, then with this behavior, you are creating an evidence against yourself, which can further impact your performance and it can impact your growth. So don't unnecessarily ignore. The bottom line is because of this temporary problem of not having a good boss, having a bad boss, do not create permanent damage to your career. Do not kill your career because of such temporary situations. A most important thing when you are having a bad boss, you are working under stress, you end up degrading the quality of your own work. You ignore a couple of important steps. You might ignore documenting all the things. You end up ignoring reading emails or sending emails as a matter of proof. So whenever we are working on something, we ensure that we are keeping all the important stakeholders informed with emails. But because of this stress, because of this frustration, you might end up ignoring a few important aspects. And in worst case scenario, if you happen to, or if you there is a need that you might have to escalate this matter about your not so good boss to the HR, you must have the documentation done. You must have the documentation as a matter of proof. As I said, this journey of profession is not about emotions, it is about evidence. I don't want this matter to reach a place where you have to escalate the situation, but just assume that in case you have to escalate the situation, I want you to be well equipped. I want you to be foolproof before you escalate. Don't escalate because of frustration. Whenever you escalate, your tone has to be good. You should not get angry because everybody is watching you. They are not going to understand what happened with you, but they are only going to understand how are you behaving with them? What are you demonstrating? That is what is captured. So if a need arises of escalations, you must have all the proof. One important aspect. So let me tell you, what am I doing? Okay, one, two, three, and I shared 3 points. First is stop reacting. Second is stop ignoring. Third is document. Do not skip documentation. Point number four. You know what? Sometimes you realize that your boss he or she was good before, but since the last few days, since the last few weeks, suddenly their behavior has changed. Now, they are also human beings. They also might have challenges in the organization, with the management, or with someone else. They might have their own career challenges. Also, they might have some personal problems. So, without assuming that your boss is not good with you also should evaluate and try to read between the lines to understand what is the real problem. If you had a good rapport with your boss earlier, and just in the last few days, few weeks, where he or she is not behaving well, you might have spoiled the rapport. But go back to your old days and try to ask them, is there any problem? Not that I wanted to solve it, but I want you to listen to it. I want them to share it with you. You know what? He or she also might feel good, and you will also understand that this is not kind of a deliberate thing. This is a situational thing, and you have to then handle with care. In fact, when you start getting a little personal with your manager, with your bosses, definitely with some, uh, what I would say, a very clear limit or a very clear demarcation. If you get a little personal, then your rapport with your managers also increase. A personal relationship at the official level is good. What kind of personal relation? When they share their challenges with you, or when you celebrate their birthdays together, when you I mean you know what I mean, right? Personal is, you must know the barriers for sure. But this can also be taken as an opportunity for you to build a more stronger rapport with your managers. So don't make assumptions, try to read between the lines, try to understand and be mature enough to understand their situation also, right? The next thing which I would like to tell you is avoid, as I said earlier, avoid creating a permanent damage because of the temporary problems. Regardless of the situation, you must demonstrate a professional behavior, not only with your manager but with all the other colleagues. When you are going through a trouble, when you are going through challenges, you must reflect a professional behavior, because that is your character, that is who you are. You doesn't change yourself because of the external situations. This professional world is connected. People know each other. If you end up screwing your relationship with somebody else, you never know who he or she is going to talk to, what kind of image you are creating for yourself within the company and beyond the company. And everywhere you cannot justify. You cannot keep saying that there was a problem with my boss. Nobody will agree to that. So don't create a larger impact, a larger negative impact because of a problem at one place. You should be very careful about this. And the sixth point, or let me say, yeah, the sixth point is when you are going through these tough times, please take good care of your health. Don't compromise on your health and your family. Don't take all the challenges, all the stress to the family, back to home, because this not only impacts the home atmosphere, it impacts your health and health of the family. Trust me, the impact is larger. It is not limited to you. And it is not limited to your career, but it is limited to your physical and mental health, and it is related to your family also. And the last point, the seventh point, in case the situation worsens, in case you are not able to find any solution, you have to devise a smart exit strategy. If nothing is working, you escalated the matter, or you understand that escalation is not going to work because your boss has a stronger position. You might not be heard. In such scenarios, don't exit with aggression. Don't exit by spoiling relations. Create a nice, silent exit strategy with a clear opportunity in hand. Give yourself time. Don't quit without having other opportunity in hand. You have to be calm. You have to be patient in getting the result, but aggressive in taking actions. And quit smoothly. And when you quit, you should at least put the point genuinely, a reason without pointing fingers, but just something that is people can understand what are you pointing towards. So make a wise exit strategy. At the end of the day, what I want to tell you is not so good bosses is a very common situation. But you should understand the reason about their behavior. Are they behaving the same with all the employees, or is this behavior specific to you? And accordingly, you should take actions. Do not take a general judgment, and do not start believing that all bosses are bad, all managers are bad. Okay. In fact, that is never the case. Okay. You must know how to handle, how to tackle, and how to work smart under any situation. Keep your emotions away from the profession. I hope you get this point. And if you like this content, if you want to share anything, if you have any specific takeaways, if you have any stories which resonated with you, please share in the comments. And do not forget to put a like button and share this video with your colleagues, your friends who you think might get benefited with this content. Thank you so much.